and gals, Nary here from Drake Wayne Gaming, and studying now on Twitter the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Violet Memoir, Oscar's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming not safe for work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. Most of the others headed off to the bar early to keep Oscar company, but Lucas decided to tag along. The diary isn't hard to find, sitting in plain view on the nightstand next to my bed. I don't remember bringing it home last night, but I must have been on autopilot. Lucas, on the other hand, is more concerned about my room than anything else. He's even lost that worried look he's been trying to hide all day. Why is your room this small? What do you mean? Your room barely has enough room to walk around, and you don't have a bathroom or anything. Where do you shower? The shared one down the hall? You share a shower? The sputtering forces a laugh out of my The sputtering forces a laugh out of my stomach, and while his pouting only grows stronger, there's a sense of relief in his actions. Are you guys really worried about me that much? It was scary. You've been having all these nightmares, and you freaked out on Wednesday. We're just lucky that Oscar had been around. Did you just give Oscar a compliment? We might not like each other, but he's not a bad person, and he makes you smile. I've never been good at that. Oscar likes you a lot. He likes Lee, too. Oscar just seems to want to have friends. Someone said he doesn't actually have a lot. Really? The doubt in his voice is palpable, but after seeing the way Oscar interacts with everyone, it's clear he's put up more of a wall around others. Yeah, he usually is just on friendly terms with people, but his only friend is Selwyn. That lion we're going to meet, right? Lee said he was a good guy. He's great. You'll love him. Now let's hurry up so we can get out of here. Why are we even here in the first place? I wanted to investigate the diary a bit more. Wallace, I don't know. Lee's been saying that it hasn't been healthy for you. I'm not going to read it, I swear. I'm just wanting to check something. Check what? While Oscar and I were in the hospital, it came around a missing page. I wanted to check if it was still missing. Why would it be there? I don't know. I just need to check. All right. Lucas didn't sound convinced, but it didn't seem like he was going to object, opting to just follow me and sit on the edge of the bed. The situation... There's a lot of spelling errors in this. I situate the diary between us as I flick through the pages, trying to figure out where we were last. It didn't take too long for us to come across the myriad of missing pages. It really looks like they became more prominent the further into the diary you get. Helena must have really not wanted people to read them. But why pull only half of an entry out then? It didn't even have anything particularly bad. It was just describing their date. Here it is. I find the second half of the missing page, and to my relief, the page is still missing. I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm glad it's still gone. I don't know what I would have done if it magically appeared. That confirms it. It was just a dream. Maybe talk to Lily? She saw that missing entry, right? I can't remember after everything that happened. Was that it? Yeah, it's still missing. Obviously. Can we go now? Yeah, I'm about to close the diary when I turn to the next page and something falls onto the floor between us. Suddenly I feel a sense of dread crawl up my spine. Wait, no? Lucas looks unimpressed as he picks up the folded piece of paper to hand it back to me, confused at my apprehension. Are you okay? Sorry, yeah. I take the paper and consider putting it back between the pages before my morbid curiosity finally wins out, tempting me to open it. It's exactly what I've been afraid of. The missing page. The edges are even frayed, showing where it had been torn off. My face must have been something because that concerned glare Lucas had been wearing all afternoon returns with ferocity. Is that the missing page? Yeah. Why is it here? It was just on the next page. Maybe you read it before the nightmare happened and just thought you saw you saw it for the first time in the dream. You think that really happened? None of us remember sleeping or passing out. It's reasonable to assume that our memories of right before passing out is unreliable. It doesn't frighten you? Of course it does, but I'm not going to let it dictate my life. I might not agree with Oscar on much, but I know he's right on this. Better to just move on. We have better things to do. He gets up off the bed, clearly unwilling to continue this conversation. Regardless, there's not much here left for me to do. I don't know if I'm ready to get back to reading yet, not after everything that happened. I follow after Lucas, excited to have us all together again, even if it's only been a day. The bar that Oscar had all recommended we to go to was hardly a bar at all. It was on campus and looked to be marketed to exclusively students. Lucas and I arrived after barely a short walk from our apartment, finding students walking in around the campus courtyard. I shouldn't be surprised that there'd be this many people on a Friday night, but there's even more than I expected. We have a bar on campus? You bet we do! A loud, booming voice appears from behind us, and even though it's obvious who it belongs to, it still causes the two of us to jump. What are you doing? I saw you guys heading over, so I thought I'd meet you guys over here. So you decided to give us a fright? It's not my fault you guys didn't see me. I waved and everything. You both were lost in your own heads, man. Oh, sorry, I just have things to think about. Everything okay? I thought things were getting better. It is, it's just... My gaze hovers over to Lucas, who looks to be actively avoiding this conversation. It's clear he doesn't want to talk about that anymore. Oscar picks up on it too and leads us on. Hey, man, it's okay. No stress. Let's just enjoy a night out. It's Friday. Do we really have to go in there? Nah, I snagged us one of the tables out front. Winter ain't here yet, and it's pretty quiet. Oh, well, thank you. Anytime, Grumpy. He gives us huff at the nickname, but protests. Oscar looks to be burrowing right through his walls. He's truly a master at getting people to open up. Like, no? With a bombastic tour guide voice, he guides us to our little group sitting under an umbrella near the front of the bar. There's plenty of other tables out here as well, but only a couple are full, leaving us plenty of room to ourselves. Lucas looked more than a little pleased at that, which causes Oscar to beam and throw me a large smile, taking the time to wrap an arm around my shoulder. He truly does want what's best for everyone. I'm glad the others are coming around to seeing that. Lee, Lily, and Selwyn are all sitting around a single table with 3 open seats waiting for us. Compared to the other two who are looking excited to see us, Selwyn is looking more than a little nervous as his eyes keep darting to and from Lucas. We all sit next to them, Oscar taking the one next to Selwyn, giving him a gentle nudge of encouragement that brings a smile to the lion's face. Are you doing okay, Wallace? You're looking a little pale. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I just needed to check stuff out. You sure, kid? Completely sure. Let's just enjoy our time. All right, the others have already been introduced, but Selwyn, this is Lucas. He might be a little grumpy and bitey, but trust me, he's harmless and very cute. I'm not cute. Oh, I don't know. I think you can be adorable sometimes. That just leaves Lucas gaping, but it's enough to shatter the tension between the two of them with Selwyn giggling while Lucas tries to bashfully hide his ears. Selwyn has selective mutism, so he won't be able to talk, but he can whisper to me anything he wants to tell you, or he can text you. So I have to go through you. Yep. Oscar beams that large smile of his that nearly causes Lucas's eyes to roll into the back of his head. Instead, he grabs out his phone and tosses it to the lion. Put your number there instead. That way we don't have to worry about meat heat over here getting in the way. Who knows what he'd put down? Selwyn looks almost shocked, and to be honest, the rest of us aren't much better. Lucas used to be so bitey with us at first, but he's taking the initiative with Selwyn. He doesn't waste any time in jotting his number down onto the phone before carefully passing it back, quickly whipping out his own. It's barely a couple of seconds later when a text is shot through and Lucas reads it. He stiffens and hides his screen, causing everyone to perk up. What is it? Nothing. Come on, man, you gotta tell us. Gimme. No! This causes the whole conversation devolving into a fiesta of teasing and laughing. Even Lucas was smiling alongside everyone else, though he never actively participated in the teasing. He spent a lot of his time texting back and forth with Selwyn, who looks more than enthused at his new friend. I can tell these two are going to get along great. The next hour was filled with chatter and everything you'd expect from a bunch of friends hanging out. It's surprising how fast Selwyn integrated, but that's been the case with all of us. We all slotted in with each other perfectly from the very start. Lily, Oscar, and I were sent inside to go get some more drinks for our group. Lee made sure they were all non-alcoholic, much to Oscar's faux sadness. It's like, He insisted he didn't need any help getting the drinks, but I get the feeling Lily just wants to get me alone while he orders. Then, unsurprisingly, the moment Oscar goes up to the counter, Lily's pulling me to the side of the bar where things are less occupied. So, how are the two of you doing? Oh, what do you mean? Oh, excuse me. Come on, Wallace, you've been drooling over the guy for days. Why haven't you made a move? It's college. Have fun. It's just... My throat dries as the words die in my mouth. I hope she's willing to let things go, but she looks determined to wait for an answer. Normally, I wouldn't share this kind of personal drama with others, but after our times Thursday together on Thursday, I feel more comfortable with talking about serious things with her more than anyone else. Well, Oscar used to do some things I'm a little worried about. Well, what kind of things? I explained everything to her, from meeting Nathan to Oscar's reveal that he actively avoids those he slept with. To her credit, she never interrupted and took time to process everything. Oscar already got the drinks by the time she started talking again, but he must have realized that we were having a serious conversation and was just waiting for us to come back over. I think it depends on if you trust him or not. He told you that he wouldn't do that to you, so it's up to you whether you take him on his word. But, Wallace, I've been teasing you about taking that next step with him, but I don't want to push you there. I don't want you to let loose and have fun, I want you to let loose and have fun, but only if you want to, okay? Yeah, okay. You won't go letting Oscar force you anything either, right? No! I almost did that already, and Oscar told me off. I'm not going to ask, but remember to respect yourself. You deserve that. She doesn't waste any time heading back to our table, only taking the time to stop and pick up some of the drinks along the way. Oscar quickly slides in to fill the slot she left, taking the time to look back at her, like he's worried she's going to come back and scold him or something. You okay? I hope that wasn't anything bad. No, it was okay. I was just getting some advice, I think. Sounds like some strange advice, but if you're not sure, but I know Lily would never let you down. Chick's too badass to be wrong. Now, come on, everyone's waiting. Despite clutching numerous drinks in his other arm, Oscar still manages to reach over to place a hand on my shoulder, tugging me away from all my lingering doubts. It wasn't long before everyone had to turn it. It began getting dark, and Lucas didn't really want to stay around much longer. He had a schedule to keep and refused to break it. Selwyn offered to take him home early while Lee escorted Lily home to make sure she was safe. All of us expected Lucas to complain, but he accepted with little fuss. Much to the lion's excitement, this left Oscar and I to head back after he paid the bill, but not before Lee interrupted us. I expected him to give some vague threat to Oscar, but he just thanks him and asked if he could keep me company again tonight. I wanted to object, but I felt like this is just as much as for Lee as it was for me. There you go. The walk back was uneventful, but I couldn't help but feel exhausted once we got to my room. I would have collapsed onto my bed if Oscar didn't drag us into taking a shower. I'm just glad there's multiple cubicles. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that yet, even if I know Oscar would do it. Now, the two of us are laying in bed just like the previous night, my head against Oscar's chest as he cuddles me against him. Our close proximity reminds me of the conversation with Lily, and there's a temptation to try something. I know Oscar wants it. He's made that more than clear on numerous occasions. But everything that's happened with Nathan today is still in my mind. They managed to make some amends, but things between them are tense. I don't want that to happen between us. What's the matter, man? Am I not soft enough? His lackadaisical tone is a stark contrast to concern in his eyes. The feeling of his claws running through the fur on my head is calming enough to be open with my worries. I'm just thinking about what happened with Nathan. About what we talked about? Yeah, you've always been so open with wanting to do stuff with me, but what happened between you two? That's really scary, Oscar. Hey, man, it's fine. We made up, right? Sure, we got a long way to go, but it's better than before. I know, it's hard to not remember how upset he looked. He's a kind person. I know he is, but you hurt him a lot, Oscar. I don't want to be hurt like that. It catches him off guard, and I can see his optimistic shield he always hides behind shake a little. It's not enough to remove it, but he knows I'm being serious. Hey, man, I wouldn't do that to you. I know some of the guys don't trust me, but I can promise you that. I wouldn't abandon you, but I won't push you. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Thanks to all of our lovely patrons. I'm tired. I'm gonna head off to bed. Alright, love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye!